Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Unfortunately, today David couldn't be here. He was sick. Our prayers go out to him, and hopefully he'll be back in the next one. With me today is Tristan,
What's up, everyone?
Jimmy,
What's up, everybody?
Early,
What's up, everybody?
and today we have our special guest, Oscar Mejia. Thank you for being here.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you guys for coming here. Can you please introduce yourself and just tell the people your experience and your journey?
And first of all, our way out. Thank you guys for having me. It's good. Pleasure.
Such a pleasure to be with amazing men with beautiful hearts and just trying to spread the message with the stories and people's journeys and the artwork that people bring in, and you guys get to spread it out. First, my name is Oscar Mejia. I think a little bit about me that I would love to share is that I'm a godly man. So, I praise God every single day, and I give all the glory to Him for just where I'm at today in my life. Before this, I was never this. I would never dress on a Saturday, right, with a nice little outfit. But this is my daily outfit. Right, it is. Before, heavily addicted to drugs, gang mentality. Grew up in the city of Long Beach, the east side to be specific. Very racial culture between brown and black, and even the Asian community. Kind of grew up not having the mindset of wanting to kill each other and be enemies with each other all the time. Something that every youth, primarily, if you live in these low-income communities, you're most likely going to be embedded that in. Thank God that none of that ever got embedded in me. Even though it was all around me heavily, I kind of was blessed not to grow hate or anger towards another race. I think I was able to see more of the struggle and the pain that my neighbors were going through. I've noticed that my neighbor who was black was getting the same whoopings that I was getting from my mom and dad, right? I saw that, his mom was picking up dope and she was struggling on drugs. And my parents weren't struggling on drugs, but they had other struggles, finances. We were came in here, immigrated from Honduras. So there was a lot of struggles, and I saw more the common than the difference within us there. However, what did attract me was obviously the gang culture, the crime, the attention that you got every time you committed a crime, the way that the young ladies would see these crowds. Man, it's like they were all on those guys at that time, and I was like, I want them to be on me too.
Thought that was
They glorified that. They glorified it. So, naturally, so I was gonna try to emulate those people and do from like the shoes to the pants to the way you cut your hair, to the way you walk, to the way your lingo, what you're smoking, right, and how you walk in. Like literally, was like a whole full transformation of character. So as a adolescent, you try to embed this character within you, and you try to walk with it for so long that you're trying to stop to express your actual identity by expressing something that is not you, if that makes any sense. Right? You're masking yourself with this code that you have learned from your outside behaviors and characters, but there's something inside of you that you keep suppressing. You keep suppressing and suppressing with like drugs, the mindset, and everything that I just discussed about, right? Which eventually only gets you to a horrible place, which is the system.
Yeah.
Juvenile facilities. For me, it started in foster care, juvenile facilities, camps, YAs, and then eventually, the destination is
big league.
You graduate to prison, right? And then at some point, for me, my story is I didn't grow up. I was like I don't know if you guys know about the Bible, but I was like a Pharisee. I used to persecute people that would go to church, that were rosaries, like, for you weak, like take that off, like, like, what you doing over here praying, like, that ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Right.
When you in that corner, when them fools come over here, you ain't gonna do no prayers.
Yeah.
Right. And I was that little angry little kid, but what I really was angry about was that they were so brave that they were able to express what they spiritually felt like. What's up? Yes, like, and I was afraid to admit that I wanted that so bad, right? And that was that identity that I was suppressing for so long, that I just kept suppressing with all these external things that I had learned that were instant gratification at the time, but were only damaging my soul and my spirit and my mind and the way I used to think about my external things. So for me, it happened, brothers, and in 2013, I was already 26 years old. And, before that, I was very blessed. I was able to be in like the movie Hangover 1, Project X. I worked in Fast and the Furious, the first one, right? Did a lot of looping, pretty much voiceover.
Okay.
Oh wow,
that was gonna be my question. What is?
Yeah, Alchemist. I was a SAG member, right? And like this is showing all, like, from like everything that I just shared. I landed somebody who showed me love and kind of like enriched me and put me in a space, right, where he was showing me films and cameras. And I actually got a role once at the movie Brothers with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
They put me in a helicopter and I got a full-blown line. I remember they gave me $10,000 that day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I gotta rewatch the movie now.
Yeah, you're probably gonna miss it.
Can you tell us who this person was?
His name's Scott Budnick.
Yeah.
He's the one.
The one and only.
Yeah, when I was 18 years old, he pretty much took me under his wing, and I was kind of like his first youth that he was trying to just see how far he could go with sharing his space, like, on an everyday basis.
Wow.
Right. And I made his life miserable for a long time. He was out there in Long Beach looking for me in motels because I was doped out.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know that he was moving in a drug addict, somebody who used to steal, somebody who had like all these beliefs that I just shared about. Imagine somebody that has no health, no therapy, no rich information on somebody who grew up in these streets, and they just, oh, let me just move you in.
Right.
Because I have a beautiful heart, and it's great, right? But then, like, these things that I'm dealing with, my traumas and everything, they're gonna start popping up eventually. My addictions, like, I'm not addressing them, so they're gonna show up somehow, some way. And he was not educated, and he was not a professional in that field to deal with people like us at that time. So sure enough, I dropped the ball, and I ended up in prison. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Right. I look at that period of my life, I gained so much, right? But you lose it so quick. And for not addressing those things that I had developed as a child. So when I did get incarcerated in 2013, and I just want to, pray, I there's always shame and guilt for the people that I damaged and I hurt in this journey. Those people that you don't really get to say sorry to when you decide to change and transform your life. But we live amends now. I cannot go back and heal somebody or do anything to like change what I did in my past. So what I do now is I live in amends, right? And what does that mean? I've changed my mindset. I've changed my lifestyle. I've changed the way I speak. I've changed the way I even think and the way I carry myself with people, because I don't ever want to hurt nobody ever in my life when it comes to committing crimes or damaging anybody from being who they are because of some selfish act that I did. And how did I get to that place, right? Jesus Christ for me. I gave my life to him in 2013, and I didn't even know who Jesus Christ was, to be quite honest with you. I was in a cell. The last time I went in incarceration, the police brutally beat me up. I was 2 black eyes. I could barely see. I could barely walk. Right. And did I deserve it? Absolutely. To that extent, probably not.
Yeah.
Right. Because I wasn't doing things that were civilized or kind or helpful or in any way productive in society. I mean, you know, they call us menace to society. They call us dangerous, and that's what unfortunately we empower that language and that beating that they gave me. You know, I think it was something that really helped me, because when I was in that cell finally, and I have been using methamphetamine for a long time, I gave up on myself. You know, at some point when drugs take over, you're no longer that person that was like looking for that attention, for the girls, for the weed, for the homies. Like that's not, I don't even no longer exist.
It's all for the drugs.
You just
whatever.
drugs. It's
Vape.
There's this comparison. It's like you start off looking like a great, but as soon as you start using meth, you become a raisin,
You know?
a sucked up raisin, right? And it's disgusting and it's ugly and it takes away from where you are, from your spirit. You pretty much give yourself to the devil and you're out there, you're free game for anybody to take advantage of you. And I remember I was in that cell and, I mean, you guys know there's like these little mirrors that are not even actually mirrors. They're like
metal. They're all scratched up.
They're scratched up, so you really can't see yourself, you know?
See a little corner.
Yeah, and it's
Got to polish it. With sandpaper.
and I remember that I was looking at that mirror, and you're already struggling trying to see yourself. There was like this little section of it that was literally really clear on it. Somebody had done a good job. They're not messing that little section up. And you already know we'll take advantage of a little piece and use that to our advantage, right? And that was that little piece that people were used to go to court, right? Shave up. And that little box, and it's a big mirror, but it's that little piece that will do a lot of work in there. But I remember I saw that, I was looking at myself and I couldn't recognize myself no more. And that is scary, brothers, when you can't recognize who you are as a human being, as a man or as a person. When you look at yourself and you don't know who you are, you can't identify yourself. I remember it broke me. I didn't know who I was. You know, at this point in my life, I literally said, man, what happened to me? Like what happened to my life? You know, and I remember I sat in that bunk, you know, and for some reason, my son came into my mind immediately, right? Right when I got incarcerated, my son was months of age. And this shame just popped up inside of me, this guilt. And I just saw my son going through the same lifestyle through, it kind of just passed my mind. Like I just seen him going through the foster care system. I seen him going to juvenile hall. I seen him going to like camps. I seen him going, eventually, I'm like, I'm gonna run into him in prison. It goes. I'm gonna run into him in prison. And it broke me. And it broke me and it made me cry, brothers. And this is like the first time that I was finally able to cry. I was finally able to let go. I didn't know how to cry, so I just let it go, right? And I just remembered we tried drugs, we tried gangs, skateboarding, excuse me, we tried breakdancing at some point, something like all these things, external things I tried to call to see if they could fix or address the things that I was going inside of me. I even tried philosophy, I tried yoga. You know, I mean, I done tried sage. I done tried all of that. I was temporary.
Yeah.
All that was I tried reading a horoscope every single day. That was temporary. I was still failing. I remember I just broke and I just asked God to help me. And I started crying to him. And I remember like I just felt something really strong. And then I started like really, really weeping. I started weeping and like I didn't even know who Jesus was. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't know. I just said, God, help me. I just knew that word was like something that we go to, right? And we've all gone there, or we've all looked up at that sky or for guidance, right? And sure enough, like, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my hands. They're all bleeding, my knees, and I'm doing bad. And I remember just looking around my cell. And you guys know, man, that the cell is not there they're not going to put a frame. There's not going to be family pictures, right? There's not going to be warmness. It's not inviting. It's not supposed to feel like you're at home. It's not supposed to feel like this is a place where you comfort and you feel loved and you feel courage and you're supposed to feel empowered and successful. It's the opposite of all of that. You're You're supposed to feel broken. You're supposed to feel ugly. You're supposed to feel like a criminal. You're supposed to feel like you're a nobody. You're supposed to feel like you're the worst person ever that exists, right? It's supposed to, that's the whole mission of it, right? To break that person and break his spirit, break who you are for the damages that you've caused. And I was feeling all of that.
It really does it to you too.
Yeah, I was feeling all of that, right? But through all of that, through my weeping and praying, right? I just said, God, just help me, change me. I need help. I want to change. I want something different. I don't even want to get out of prison. I don't even want to. I don't want to live the same way that I've been living. I don't care when you let me out, when I get out, but I just don't want to get out the same person with the same addictions and the same struggles that I've been dealing with. And sure enough, it's like I'm talking to him, right? And I'm crying and I'm tired. I'm a man that is tired. He broke. I broke. I broke. One thing that I realized that when you break, you don't get to choose the breaking point.
Yeah.
You don't get to be the opinionator of how you're gonna be broken. That's the beautiful part of it, right? And some people get broken different than others, right? And I was broke in that position, and I said, please help me, guide me. And I finally was like kind of getting my conscience and myself back together. And I started feeling a different type of feeling inside of me, more like a comfort now, right? Like a soothing comfort. And I remember I just needed guidance, and I opened my eyes, right? And sure enough, in this desk that we all have in that cell, usually, there was just a blue Bible. The only thing. I didn't see it. Every time I was in there, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I was in there already for like 3 or 4 days, and I didn't see it. And this time I seen it, I was like, and it's like he told me, if you want to learn about me, get to read.
Yeah.
And there was no other distractions in the cell. There was no phones. There was no cellmate. There was nothing that could distract me. It's like, here you go. You want my attention. You got my attention now. Yeah. Right. And I remember I opened that book, and I don't know about you guys. I'm sure we've all read a book, right? When you open the book, the first page, it says made in this, made in that, where it got copyright, where it got sent from. I said, I'm not going to miss one word in this book. I was reading everything in there. I was reading every word, and I remember it said Old Testament, New Testament. What is that?
Yeah.
Nobody was guiding me. I was like, what is that? So I started Genesis. What's Genesis? Right? And I remember I started reading. It was overwhelming with like, I started reading about the beginning, all of that. And, I was struggling a lot, trying to like move forward, but I was committed. I was like, I'm going to read. I'm going to keep going. Something told me, do not stop. Don't give up on me. Like, don't give up on me. Just read. Right. And it started happening to me like that in my life. Right. My addictions started getting resolved. My guilt and shame of all the things that I've done. I finally felt like I like somebody forgave me. I started reading the story of the brother Joshua. Right. I don't know if you guys remember him. Where in the scripture he says that Joseph, I apologize, the brother Joseph, where he was given into slavery by his brothers and sisters. And one of the things that the Bible shows us in his story, the family dysfunction. I started realizing that he grew up in a family structure where his brothers and sisters were so jealous of him because he was gifted. They were so jealous of him because he felt spiritually connected, and they hated on them. They didn't like that because Pops, his dad, was giving him a little bit more attention. His dad knew he was blessed. And it reminded me of my upbringing, that I was a little different. The people around me knew that I was a little different, right? And unfortunately, when you're different and you're a light and people can't stand it, they're going to try to degrade you.
Yeah.
They're going to try to push you aside. They're going to try to belittle you. They're going to try to put you in a dark place, and you're going to become like this insecure person now because you feel like you're different, but all along you've been the light. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Right? So God started talking to me through Brother Joseph, right? And sure enough, I started seeing that he got into slavery. And no matter what, they gave him into slavery. No matter what position he was at, God was there with him. And he had so much faith, and he never cussed nobody out. He never was mad at nobody. He never like said like, why me? Like he was just going through all those unfortunate circumstances, right? And that was like a story that for me started impacting my life, right? And then the most part was that no matter where he was at, he was receiving beautiful attention by like governors, leaders, kings, right? And they were putting him in position, even though like his family like degraded him and sold him into slavery, and he was always put in these great positions, right? That at some point he became so influential that he was a ruler. He was a ruler, and while he was ruling, right, kind of like a governor in today's time, he was able to be informed that the whole town, the whole city, the whole land was gonna go through a famish season, right? Meaning that the whole land was gonna lose food, the whole land was gonna lose goods, and people were gonna suffer, right? So this is what changed my life. We're now his original family that put him to slavery, right? They heard about the famish, they heard about this shortage of food that is coming. His dad over there, Joseph, sends his kids that send them to slavery, not knowing that they were gonna send these kids to ask for food to his brother, right? So they go and they come, and pretty much to speed up the story, he sees the family, right? And he recognizes them when they're begging him for food. And I remember, to speed it up, he forgave them. He forgave them all. He didn't like, he could have killed them. He had the power to kill them. He had the power to like let them suffer and put them through slavery and torture them. But he chose not to, because he pretty much said this was all God's plan. This was never my plan, right? And when I was able to see that, right, that he forgave his family and he forgave people that hurt him, I started realizing I've been harboring so much hate. I've been harboring so much pain towards people all around me that I haven't been able to forgive them. And I'm in this position right now because I'm living off hurt. I'm living of things that I've caused that I feel were damaging my soul. So I started forgiving people. I started forgiving my family. I started forgiving friends. I started forgiving all the people that damaged. I'm like, who am I? Who am I to hold all these things against me, right? And sure enough, my life just started, I started healing, I started transforming. And I remember, like, you know, as soon as you start transforming and you start like getting better, temptation starts coming in fast, right? This is happening within like 3-4 days, by the way. God is moving in my life fast. He's wasting no time. I'm not going to no recovery group, no 12 steps. You know, I'm not going to a rehab. I'm not going to none of that. I'm in God's rehab, right? The Bible and him and his attention. And 4 days, right? I'm getting all this revelation that takes sometimes years for people to get, right? I get a knock at my door. Hey, homie, here you go. Welcome. Now I'm back in reality. Like, you know, I just back into reality, clearing my tears. Hold up, I gotta act right. I haven't been crying.
Yeah.
I'm a thug.
Yeah.
I was made for this. I'm a soldier. Oh, what's up, G? How's it going? Call switch. Here you go. We trained for that, right? We could switch the script fast, right? I'm still not confident in the word. I'm still not confident to say that I'm getting changed by God. You know, so I immediately just, boom, he changed my lingo fast. And here you go, food's for you. I opened it as some dope. I said, oh.
That fast.
You know, I got the bubblies. Yeah. Anybody who knows about dope, like I got started getting the bubblies fast, right? So I decided, I said, you know what, good looking. I'm good. That was the first time I said, I'm good, right? Immediately, I was able to say no to it. Nah, go ahead, sell it. Get yourself some store. It's about $50 right here. I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Give it to somebody who needs it, right? Boom. Then I walked out, right? And I was like, damn, I should have got it for some food. You know, like I should. But see, that's me telling myself I should have got it for some food, but I was gonna make it my hustle.
Yeah,
I was gonna take it.
yeah.
You know, but then I started fighting. Now I'm fighting these thoughts. Why? And I'm like, nah, if I get it in here, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna use it. So now I'm talking to myself. The Lord's giving me the ability to be able to strengthen and have a voice now. Now I have a voice for myself. I never had a voice for myself. Everybody else had a voice for me except me. Everybody played a role in my life except my voice. Everybody made the decision for me all the time except me. And in that moment, I made the decision for myself. I said, nah, I'm good. And then it started happening. Barriers started breaking. Generational curses started breaking.
Yeah.
I started feeling alive, right? And, 10 years later go by. And I get the opportunity to get released. Prop 57 changed a lot of my life. My release date was actually 2029 of October. We're in 2025 of September.
Yeah.
Wow. Praise God.
Wow.
Praise God. I remember, you guys know, right? When you get that date, I'm like 2029. It's like 2014. Like 2014.
You're trying to make the math, trying to count what your followers.
But you see, God gave me the confidence not to worry about that date. I knew that date didn't exist. I knew that God had something different for me. So it's funny how he works, right? Because everything I'm doing right now in my life is the same thing that I was doing in prison. As soon as I hit prison, I got really blessed to get connected with good men inside of there. So shout out to all those men that were in Ironwood during that season in 2015, 16, 17, and 18, and 19, and a little bit of 20 before COVID. And shout out to all those men that were my mentors, that embraced me, that showed me love, that got out the shoe and decided to not only give us knives, but now gives us education and books and tell us, you know what, since we can't get out, you guys should get out. Shout out to those men that are seen as the worst of the worst. They're actually some of the men that became the best of the best for me, right? That sat down with me and gave me good lecture, that sat down with me and shared their life story so I don't have to come back here. So God used those that society deems as the worst to make me the best, right? And without those men, my journey wouldn't be here today. And some of them are out and some of them are still inside. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, I want to give credit to all of them, man, because they blessed me with so much. And I always think about them to this day, right? One of the things is they don't ever come back. But it don't say they don't ever come back. They took the time to tutor me every single day and give me and pour out what they've experienced through their life every single day on the mentorship. And Christian brothers that are in there as well, right? So it's what
Proud all day.
Yeah, we can't forget about them, man. They changed the system in a very beautiful way. But nevertheless, so I get out in 2023. I was released September 5th, and I wanted to be a film student from 2000. Obviously, I was doing like movies, right? And I was writing scripts here and there. So when I was in prison, I was reading every script book that you could think of. I was reading every book that had to do with movies. I would get people send me scripts. Scott sent me a handful of scripts as well. So I was in there working.
Nice.
I looked at it like if I was a studio, I actually got to write 2 scripts.
Wow,
completely in there, right? And one of them is a comparison to like the movie Sin Nombre. I don't know if you guys know about that movie. It's a really good movie. Check it out one time. And it kind of related. Obviously, we want to write something that's related to us. Usually something that inspires us. And I was so focused on the movies in the writing, right? And I was like the movie guy. He writes scripts, Some people thought I was smoked out for writing the script. like he's going to make, like he's tripping, and when I was in the county, I started writing, right? And trip out of this, I'm in the cell and finally got a celly, right? And I seen a show and I knew it's called Blind Spot. And I knew one of the main actors, Ashley Johnson, was really close friends now. And I was like, hey, fool, I know her. I was like, my friend. He would look at me like,
so smoke.
he wouldn't go tell everybody like that. This was things he knows of people on the TV.
I used to get crazy. You had lost your mind or something.
He did not know.
And then I realized like I forgot that a lot of our community in prison, we've been living in the box all our lives. So that's like out of place that you know somebody on TV, like you're on drugs, bro. Like you're on dope or something, like you tripping. You having an illusion. But nevertheless, I was really inspired. So I get out and sure enough, I was like, Scott, I want to be in the film industry. So I got into the program Manifest, I believe.
Manifest works.
And then I was looking at
Hollywood CPR.
Hollywood CPR. And then I was like, Scott, let me be your intern. You know, I want to be your intern. And he was like, no. And I was like, come on, I was adamant every day. He's like, all right, you want to be an intern? I was, let me just listen. Let me just listen. I just want to listen. I just want to be around it. He's like, all right, let's do this. Right. And sure enough, like something happened where like life, like God was like, that's not what I'm going to have you do.
Wow. Yeah.
I ended up getting a job with the California Conservation Corps.
Oh, Triple C?
Triple C, huge organization. You know, they have a forestry fire department.
Yeah.
They service youth from ages 18 to 24. And they service youth all over our low-income communities and good communities all over California. You know, the governor really is a huge program that I'm really proud to speak about. I got to work there and they helped me out a lot as soon as I got out, right? So I was able to work there for 9 months. Shout out to Bruce Seidel. He's retired already, but he plays a huge component in developing that and making it better for whatever it was. California Conservation Corps. He got me a job there and he believed in me. And while I was there, then I got another job with Home at Last. It was a shelter and I was a community health worker. What is a community health worker? It's pretty much like a case manager. So what I was doing is I was assisting people that were getting out of prison and helping and connecting them with services and being like a case manager in a sense.
Nice.
Excuse me. And so here I go. Now I'm helping people that are getting out, right? And like, it seems like my whole movie and me moving to Northridge and joining the film academy there, that there's this huge music director. His name is Paul Hunter. Paul Hunter was really big, known for like directing a lot of Tupac, Michael Jackson, Biggie Smalls, Mary J. Blige.
Back in the day.
Yeah, and he had gave me an internship.
Oh, nice.
He had gave me an internship. He's like, go to Northridge. That's where I went, right? So my whole dream was to go to Northridge, right? And my dream was different from what God had planned for me, right? And so when I got out, doing that CHW position, the community health worker position, I started being more of service, kind of like what I was doing in prison as well, servicing the youth, creating curriculum, facilitating groups, and managing a mentor group, meaning that I created a space where men will come and literally, it was like 10, 15 of us that were heads of all like the youth, the YOP program in Ireland, which was one of the first ones. So meaning that when a youth would get sentenced to life at the age of 15, 15, 16, 17, you had like an 80, 90% chance that you were going to go to Ironwood State Prison.
Okay.
Before the YOP law passed.
Yeah.
Right. That did a huge movement that happened. I think it was SB 260, SB 261, et cetera. So once that passed, they made a whole different avenue for youth that were getting like level 4 points to be filtered to a level 3 and receive more programs and services.
Yeah.
So I got the opportunity to be a part of that and run that program.
That was
which is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the going in, especially youth, if you're 18, 19, they would just double up your points just because of that.
Very young. Yeah.
Because they were seeming like mess ups. You come in, you're gonna be mess up. So let's say you're to level 4 yard. So that's how that program was started, so they could drop, like, if they had level 4 points, you do a year or two with good behavior, and then they could move you down to a YOP yard. That's how that worked.
Yes. And exactly. So for those that don't understand the point levels, when you commit a crime, and it starts literally from the moment you commit the crime, from the moment you go into the booking station, from the moment you go to the county, and the moment you hit the reception and in prison, all of that is like your resume.
Yeah.
Of how many points you're going to eventually get. So if you're scoring up all the way to you finally
Going
hit
level
prison,
4.
you have literally climated your points to a whole level that has rated you to be one of the most, to be filtered to one of the most dangerous a high level security prison, which is usually a level 4.
Yeah.
Right. So you're deemed danger to society. You're deemed worse of the worst. You're deemed to be. You're like society doesn't want you. You're like
lock them away.
let's lock them away. You're the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You should be eating food with the pigs. That's the way to see us, right? And imagine you're 18, 19. You haven't been sophisticately developed. Your mind is not even ready to even comprehend or make sophisticated decisions. You're still influenced a lot. And if your life has been all about being influenced and people making the decisions for you, you're most likely going to end up in a level 4.
Yeah.
Right. But this law passed, shout out to Scott and all the people that were advocates for this. It wasn't just him. It was army. It was an army people that are doing this. Right. But those was, he's the closest ones that we all know. But nevertheless, right, they finally were able to pass this amazing bill that allowed these youth from ages 18 to 26, I believe, to, and actually even people that were already there for a long time were able to get overrides too. You were clean for a year, but the youth were able to get filtered straight to a level 3, even if you had like 100 points, right? And I think in a level 3 is like 60 to 80 something points, if I'm correct. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. So if you have like 200 points and you go to a yard that everybody has 60 to 80 points, like it's a privilege.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you just skipped high school and you went straight to college.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're going to get all the services immediately, right? But that doesn't mean that you're going to take advantage of the services just because you got centered. That doesn't mean that you have healed. That doesn't mean that you're not an addict no more. That doesn't mean that you're not a gang member no more. That doesn't mean that you don't think like you want to hurt somebody, like you don't feel threatened and you don't have all these fears. That doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't mean you just get an opportunity. You're just still that same person that committed that crime, right? But what's amazing is that now you're receiving like emotional intelligence, anger management, substance abuse, NA, AA, financial literacy classes sometimes, how to build a resume, how to do mock hearings. You're receiving all these things that society don't even get sometimes.
Yeah.
No.
And people are not even searching, right?
To touch up on that about the resources and the programs that were available, I didn't get them till I got to level 3 because I went straight to maximum security level 4. Straight up, they gave me 100-some points just because, right? Like how you said. And it wasn't until I went to level 3 to a wild people program in Portland that I took anger management class. Right. And I took alternative violence program, AVP. That I started realizing that I had anger issues. And if it wasn't for anger management, I would have never traced it all back to where my anger, where did it start from, right? And honestly, though, that yard did a lot for me in like my own personal growth. And to tell you the truth, if it wasn't for that, like I would have came back to the streets not knowing how to cope with my anger.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. And I think that's one of the, just to piggyback on what Jeremy said, right? And that's what I was finally learning, what he just expressed, like learning these triggers that I've had, like the anger and like the addictions, so for me, the groups became, they educated me of how to get to the core of the issue, how to mitigate it, right? How to address it with a group, how to address it with like, obviously like the courts, right? They're really big. You get a DUI, where they're going to send you at AA.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the MATS program. You're going to do everything. You go to the doctors, you get a headache, they're probably going to give you headache prescriptions, right? So now I was learning like, okay, I have a criminal mindset. I like to steal. I like to like scam people. I like to use drugs. So now I was finding like, how do I address my criminal mindset? And not just how do I address it, but how did this happen that I became so intrigued with stealing? Everybody hates a thief. I don't want to say I hate, because I was I want to say that we despise them because we work really hard now.
Yeah.
And to somebody, I get out and somebody come on, like, oh. Now I'm like, I got. They got. I slipped, right? But not everybody thinks like that, right? Because you're damaging people. And so I started addressing that, and I did like a timeline. They taught me how to do a life timeline, literally from the ages of 0 to 5 years old, from 5 to 10, from 10 to 15, from 15 to 20, from 0 to 5 years old, as far as I could think. When was the first time that you remember stealing something? And I think it was like 5 years old. And I stole like a toy.
Started early. Real early.
I started a toy. And the reason why is because I would hide the toy from my other brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And it wasn't mine. And I knew my brother was crying and looking for it. I was already practicing stealing. Right? I didn't know I wasn't, but it was developing. Something was developing.
Yeah.
Instead of me sharing, instead of me being and that came from us not being able to, my dad not being able to buy everybody toys. Right? That's where that came from. My dad not being able to buy everybody brand new shoes. Not being able to supply, because it was like 6, 7 of us at the time. Right? And I started thinking, I was like, wow, that's why I became greedy. Right? Because it's not my fault. It's not my dad's fault either. Right? But that's just the way I used to see things. And I developed them. So I started addressing all those things in my life, my addictions, my hurts, my anger, like you said, brother. And everything was making sense now. Right? And of course, God was walking me through it all, because I would pray about these things. See, and I remember I would ask him, help me how to find these things out. And he will pour it on me in different ways. He will use different people in different ways for me to get rich and within myself and self-develop and address these things that have been causing me to get into this bad spiral. So now when I get out, right, I realized that I was a CHW. I was doing all of these things. And like, I realized that the work that I was doing as a case manager, I was like, you know what, I could do this myself. Because the company that was doing it, they were relying on me on everything that I have learned, everything that I worked really hard for, everything that like I worked really hard for is like, come and give it to me.
Yeah.
Let me extort you.
They were using you because you know what you're doing.
Right. At the end of the day, they're paying you for what you know.
Yeah.
But I know my value too.
Yeah.
You're paying me. I'm not worth that. Why I was finally in a position where I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
Like, this is more than this, right? And I said, first of all, you want me to do the bare minimal, and I'm not the bare minimal, right? You want me to service these people and just see them as a number. Oh, just come in, just make sure you get clients, put them in a sheet, and we need those numbers. Like, you need those numbers.
Yeah.
These are human beings.
Yeah. It's not gonna help no one.
You worried about getting 30 people while this person doesn't even have a home to sleep.
Yeah.
How about we worried about him first before we try to get 29 more? Right? And like, it messed me up.
Yeah.
It messed me up. So I remember I told Scott, like, he was like, how's we want to hike? He's how's the work going? I said, it's going good, but I kind of want to do my own self. I want to build my own business.
Yeah.
Because you want to build your own business? Like, what do you mean? I want to do the case management. I think I could do it all. Like, everything that I'm doing there, I built it. Or you want your own project?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'll help you. All right. That's all he needed to say.
Yeah.
I'll help you. Because that kind of like gave me this
motivation.
Yeah. It's like Michael Jordan telling somebody who loves basketball, I got you. I'm gonna be there at the gym with you.
Yeah, when someone like Scott gets behind you, you definitely get a lot more confidence.
He is our Jordan in the reentry world, right? He is our Jordan in the prison system, right? In today's world. So it was an honor, and I took advantage of that, right? When he shared those words with me, I said, what do you want me to do? He said, go back and write a mission, a paragraph of what your mission is, and your vision. Everything you just told me, write it out, and then come back to me. We'll go from there. So I don't even know what a mission and vision was. How do I do this? I'm Googling what's mission and vision. right? I'm already overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be lying. I was like, what? By the grace of God, he sent somebody towards my way, Talia Clutch. She was working at the Next Chapter at the time through Firme Coding. I had asked her because she was like my counselor through this. I was trying to do coding at one time too, right? And she said, hey, whatever questions you need with technology, just let me know. And I didn't know how to work a Zoom.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to log in or anything like that,
Yeah.
right? So I sent her an email and she said, yeah, let's log in. She said, who you trying to like Zoom with? I'm like, I'm going to have a meeting with somebody and I'm opening up a nonprofit. She said, you opening up a nonprofit? What kind of nonprofit is this? And then I kind of shared what I was going to do, right? I pretty much told her, I said, look, I got this vision that one of the things that I feel that we've been struggling with our people that are exiting out of prison is that we're focusing so much on, which is amazing. We're trying to put them in we put them in a cubicle. We want to give them a job. We want to give them a resume. We want to set them up, which is really amazing, right? And we want to set them right for life, right? And I feel like then we forget about her.
Yeah. Send them on their way.
We send them on your way, right? And I said, yes, we worked on ourselves so much, but we're a whole new person out here. Like I said, I'm going through a culture shock. I said, I've been disconnected from my family for a long time, and prison just got me more disconnected. Right. I was there. They weren't able to visit me. Right. They're not writers. They don't write letters. There was no tablet at the time.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm so disconnected. Nobody's asking me like, what's really wrong with me? Like, how's your family doing? How's your son doing? Like, I don't even care about a job right now. Like, I'm hurting. I'm broken. But see, the people that are doing this, they don't even know because they're going through it too.
Yeah.
Because they were put in a position in the cubicle, and now they're the person giving the cubicle the next person that needs the services. So they don't know either, right? So I got invited to JIMI and Camila's house. They invited me, right? Which co-founders of Welcome Home OASIS, they invited me to their house one day because they saw me. They're like, invited me for a dinner.
Can you tell us a bit about what Welcome Home OASIS is?
I'm about to tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm about to tell you right now. So Welcome Home OASIS, right? Like this is. So I'm getting invited to dinner, right, guys? This is the first time since I've been out that I go to an actual home environment like this.
Yeah.
Like I come in, like there's couches, there's frames, there was kids playing video games.
Like a home.
It's a word.
Yeah.
I was living in a program at the time, and everywhere I would go was a program. It was nobody ever invites you to your house. And, oh, you just got out here, let me take you home. Unless that's your boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if you just a random who just did 30, 40 years, 10, 15, even 3 or 4, they're going to send you to a reentry service place. And that's going to be your life for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a family home, that's going to suck. So I'm in there eating, right? I remember I was eating and it just hit me hard, bro. I just started crying when I started looking at the frames. And I was like, man, like, I didn't even remember when was the last time I was at home.
Yeah.
My childhood just kind of went all through my life at that moment. And they didn't even know that I was going through so much at the time that I needed such a family environment. Because I feel so safe there, but I feel so scared as well because I wasn't used to that. I went home that day and I woke up and I said, I wonder how many men and women are going through this that I just experienced right now. So I wanted to create a Welcome Home OASIS became a space where you were going to get to be able to experience what a family structured home was.
Okay.
Instead of being sent to a facility, right, where you're going to have to sit down and write your name and wait for somebody to call you, you were going to enter to these doors and somebody like JIMI, somebody like Sister Rebecca, Sister JIMI and Sister Rebecca were going to greet you with a warm hug. How you did. You were never going to sign nothing. Yeah. Sit down on the couch. Are you hungry? How you feeling today?
Yeah.
Right. And you were going to be welcome. And automatically you were going to get this enrichment of like, I'm in a home. This is a safe space right here. Nothing in that house was going to identify a facility structure. Nothing in that space is going to, if anything, you're going to see a board game. Yeah. Right. You're going to see the TV. You're going to see plants. You're going to see a fish tank. Right. You're going to see things that are in a home.
And is that place, is that a home where like people come out and stay there for a while, or like what services do they provide as well?
So funny enough, at first it was just supposed to be a non-residential,
Okay, yeah.
right? But it became a residential. Now, right? Mission and vision statement changes when you're a nonprofit.
Yeah.
You can stick to it if you want. But when you're somebody who just got out of prison and you're asking for $1 million or $2 million, people are gonna look at you like,
You're
what?
crazy. Yeah.
What do you
Gonna give you all that
$2 million? Like, okay, there's a lot of other people that got visions and missions, right?
Right.
And by the grace of God, you know, like we landed that.
Yeah.
We landed a home. And that home, we said, you know what? It became a residential.
Yeah.
It became a residential. We do house young individuals, right? And they get not only provided that family structure environment, which is the most component. Matter of fact, there's statistics and there's studies that says if you wake up in a family breakfast space as an adolescent, eating with your parents and eating with your family, you're less likely to, you're 40% or 60% less likely to experience anxiety, drug addictions, depression, and stress just by you having a family meal with your mom and dad or your brothers and sisters. Waking up to that every single morning, you are less likely to experience these things. Now imagine if you don't wake up to that and you're waking up to chaoticness, screaming, yelling, belittling you, right? I mean, you could tell your destiny.
Yeah.
Right. So we wanted to embed that in every morning. Right. So we're literally waking up at 4:30, sometimes 5 in the morning. We're going to the gym.
Nice.
Right. We get back. Everybody showers up.
So, not to cut you off, your main focus and what Welcome Home OASIS does is tries to embody the family reunification, right?
Yes. So that's the main focus, and the reason why we main focus on that, because a human being, I could get you a job, but if you haven't addressed these things, you're going to be a poor employer.
Yeah.
You're going to take your traumas to that job. You're going to give up. You're never going to be stable. You're going to be a person that's going to have jobs, bouncing around. You can't focus on a career because your system and your mind and your family structure and your principles and values are not strong enough, right? You're a broken spirit.
Yeah.
We believe on mind, body, and spirit. If all of these are balanced, no matter where you go, your balance is going to hold.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one of the main components. And we have credible messages, right, that do intakes. They do follow-ups every other 2 weeks. And nevertheless, the house is connected to Fairbanks, California, where it's a 12-week apprenticeship opportunity that has not started yet, but we do have a couple of youth there. It's in the works. It's there. We're just waiting for more.
What is the apprenticeship for?
It's an apprenticeship where you can learn welding, maintenance,
Trades.
different
Okay.
trades that you get to learn. And whatever one you like the most, the plan is that you focus on that.
Yeah.
And we're doing the best we can to enrich you in that space. And if you don't want to do none of that, it's okay. We try to look something for you.
You're learning about yourself during that, if you want to do that or not.
But one of the things that you're not going to do is just hang at the house all day. That's a no-no.
And how many youth or people are at the house?
So it has a capacity of 7 right now.
Okay.
It has a capacity of 7. We don't bunk people in one room. Like, we don't do share rooms.
Yeah.
We want people to have their own space, be able to enrich yourself. You could just go to your room and just live your life, right? And while you're getting off work, you just do you. Talk to your family. You have that personal relationship with, it's your space, right? We don't want to damage what your identity is becoming, because there's another person there always influence you. They might be angry. They might be mad, right? And that's going to, unfortunately, fall into your spirit.
Yeah.
Right? So the house is structured, right? It's a structured home, family structured home that is connected to Fairbanks, California, and to a pizza shop.
Okay.
And it's called Dirty Pepperonis in Long Beach. All in Long Beach. It's like a package deal. So if you come into the house, you're going to have to want to do one of these.
Yeah,
and if you don't want,
get hired at the pizza shop.
Immediately.
Yeah, okay.
And that's we're supposed to be launching, hopefully, God permits it, October.
Okay.
Right. And that is going to be an opportunity for the youth. So they have immediate job opportunities. One of the things that we struggle is trying to find people jobs trying to find them career trades, trying to find them things that they want to learn. So this is just an opportunity for you to build your resume, build work ethics, build structure, be around successful people.
Learn about yourself.
Yeah, learn about yourself. Are you going? You might not want to do none of that. You might say, you know what, I'm going to go to college. Cool, let's go to college.
Yeah.
Get you into college. I want to work here. Well, let's get you to that space. So we're not just preparing you mentally, spiritually, and bodily, but we're preparing you so when you re-enter back into society, you're able to sustain yourself a career job. You're able to sustain yourself a career path. And you're able to not just that, but you're able to make smart decisions. And one of the things that we tell the young men there, even relationships, when you're young, you just want to have sex with everything.
Yeah.
Not every, but all women, right? You're just a predator. You like, unfortunately, you've been neglected, right? And you just want to get at all the girls that you can, right? And we're like, hold up, you're messing up your spirit. You're messing up yourself. You're degrading women. And everything that the youths listen to this is degrading women. It's about drugs. It's about gangs. And that's the stuff that got us into prison.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that got us into prison. So why am I gonna put that in your mind? I'm if anything, I'm killing you.
It's the same cycle you was just you're trying to get out of.
It's like if the doctor says, hey, your dad has cancer, don't give him no more cigarettes, and your dad comes home and you know he has cancer and he's asking for cigarettes and you feed him cigarettes. Now I know that it's a cancer. The lifestyle was a cancer. So I'm not gonna do things to input that in your mind. We don't even cuss at the house.
Yeah.
No, there's no swearing.
Yeah.
No vulgar, no none of that. And if anybody does, by all means, no judgment, right? But it's just the way that the house is created because we know that it's a sensitive space. Because in my house, there was no filter.
Yeah.
And what happened to me? And we know that your environment will influence you.
Oh, yeah.
Your environment will influence you, right? Oh, I'm not a product of our environment. I was a big product.
Product of that and all the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah, right. Like you can't like there's a analogy, right, of the flower.
Yeah.
Right. If it receives sun and if it receives the proper water all the time and it's being nourished,
It'll grow.
it would grow. So whatever you're feeding it is gonna grow. And the same thing with us. So it's what we're feeding our young men. And not just that, they feed us too. Everybody feeds each other. Don't nobody there is smarter than nobody.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the same growth and
They're all there to
everybody's
build
growing,
each other up.
right? So that's what Welcome Home OASIS is. And we also have another component, which is Pathway to Purpose.
Okay.
Pathway to Purpose. Jeremy has been an instrument. Thank you, Jeremy, for pouring out your time. Jeremy drives about 2 hours sometimes to go record us. Jeremy drives all the way over there to support the graduation. So thank you.
Yeah.
You know, he's a vessel. Jeremy's a vessel, bro.
Yeah.
He's a vessel and we're helping youth out that are from 11 to 17 years old. They're youth at risk from, this is a population that the reentry war does not like to put time into because it's hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're kids, right? But guess what? We were those kids and those kids are eventually going to go to the hogs.
Yeah.
So how you really change the system is how you change them.
Yeah. Start early.
Because the ones that are in the hogs, yeah, they need attention too, a lot, right? But guess what? There's some that are getting there too. And that's where we struggle a lot. So God has put it in our heart.
I see the struggle too.
Yeah, God, I mean, he's been there. He's even had like 3 of them in his car.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And man, it's difficult. And I see the work that you and the sisters and Rebecca and all them, Ari, and like you really have to be patient. You really have to be patient. But it's really the work that you guys do and you do there is like, it has to be done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these children, kids, don't have father figures, don't have mother figures. Or they do, but they're also lost just in struggling, and to be able to see that they have some type of guidance and me being there and just watching how you guys operate, I applaud you because the patience that you guys have is just amazing, and these kids are in good hands,
And what are some of the things you guys do with these kids? Like, you guys offer, what are some of the stuff you do with them?
Oh, glory to God, man. Glory to God that he has given us the patience and the, because we're not getting $1.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what we do get? We get healed.
Yeah.
We get healed, and we get healed when they smile. We get healed when we see the learning, right? So we created, we do curriculum. Sister Ari Ramirez from Christian Life Center, shout out to her. She's pretty much the program director, and she has a beautiful heart for servicing this demographic population with emotional intelligence.
And
Our youth don't know how to control their emotions.
yeah.
Right? Their parents don't know how to control their emotions. Substance abuse courses. We've gone into parenting classes. How do you react at home when your parents act a certain way with you? Are you getting mad at them? Are you screaming at them? Are you cussing them out? Right? What are you doing in that moment? And we speak about that. We were doing family courses too. So the youth were taking anger management on how they were acting in the home when they were getting angry because something that their parents said to them. And then the parents were taking a class outside of the class within the same Christian Life Center church that let us use the space. And we run everything from their parents were taking, how are you reacting when you get mad at your kid?
Yeah.
Right. And we had a family therapist professional, Dr. Myra there, facilitating these courses. And that towards the end, we'll do something simple as play a board game. Or families will get into teams and they'll play against other families.
Yes.
Right? Something that they would never do. Right? An easy Uno game.
Yeah.
A lot of us grow up now playing that, but you don't grow up that in your home.
Yeah.
Right?
Round, so it's all video.
Family nights, you know, family nights, no movie night games, no none of that. Right? It's Friday, mama's going to the bar, mama's going to the club, mama's trying to find a new man because dad left. And guess who left that? Who gets left at home?
Kid.
Young Jimmy or young Ashley right there.
Doing
Right? We're what they want. And now you're on the phone scrolling, learning
all the wrong stuff.
all the wrong stuff, right? No censor, right? Having people sneak into the house. You have mom's location, so she know when she coming.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta go.
And then
Put the drink away, put the smoke away. And then she's like acting like she's nice asleep. Right? So we're giving these youth these curriculums that are in case management. You know, we connect them to services. We take them to outings, beaches. We take them to aquariums. We take them to like bowling. And this is the church community coming together and funding this. You know, seeing a need in the city, seeing a need that nobody's stepping up during evening hours. Because every program closes at 5, 6 p.m. And then the youth, where they at? Outside, wherever they want, right? So we took initiative and said, I said, you know, evening was when I used to rock most. It's when it was game time.
Yeah.
You know, so you already know. So now, like we do every Wednesday. We just graduated our fourth cohort. Shout out to all the youth that graduated.
Nice.
And took to the course. So that's what Path for the Purpose is, and Welcome Home OASIS, and that's the services that.
Yeah, you guys are doing some great, amazing things, man, and I applaud you guys for that. Thank you, guys. I know you brought a couple guests with you.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce them one at a time, and you guys just say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. You know, so we'll bring Will, and Will's in another brother in Christ that, you know, I just want to let him. He's a credible messenger in the house. You know, he works
Right here.
diligently. I want to let him speak about what he does and who he is as a person.
Yeah. Welcome, Will. Welcome. Well, thank you for being here.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to be, you know, so at home, at peace right now. But a little bit about myself. I also was an active in the justice system.
Yeah.
Was attracted to the lifestyle as well. But you know, one thing led to another, right? The streets. So I believe, you know, God had a plan for me to be here right now, and I now understand who Jesus Christ is.
Yes.
Right? And through that, I was able to understand more of who I am and what I've gone through, and you know, with the lived experience that really affected me in my life. I'm now able to use that experience to help the youth from OASIS I'm a credible messenger, by the way. I welcome.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
One of my passions is fitness and martial arts.
Nice. Same.
What are the things that that really helped me see life different from a fighter's perspective.
Yeah.
I believe every day is a fight. From the moment that I wake up, the moment that I sleep, like there's always something out there trying to steal my peace, But man, thank God, he has shown himself to me. He's with me, and he's with all of us actually.
Yeah.
And I've met Oscar. Oscar was such a blessing to meet brother Oscar at Angel Stadium.
Nice.
Thank you, Stadium.
Angels, let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
Random. I mean, nothing is random, right? Everything is orchestrated. But that's where we met. Well, I just started a Christian fight club. Mine was trying to.
Yeah.
So I approached the Oscar. This guy looks kind of. Go ahead and talked, followed each other on Instagram, and next thing you know, I had gone through some struggles, and he. I really look up to my brother here.
Oh yeah,
has impacted my. There's a lot more details that entails with it, but
That's beautiful.
that's just a little bit about myself. Praise God, it's a blessing to be here.
amen to that. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you for being here.
Sir.
You're doing some great things, man, and just thank you.
Yeah, keep up the good work, and yeah, man, like you got our support too. So yeah, thank you, and everything you do, man, like we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think he definitely, of course, was a very humble person, but he's a huge instrumental into the house. I don't know how it was with you guys growing up in your life. You always have like a favorite uncle or like a favorite person. Like you always want to be around that person, and that's who Will is. He has this. He's blessed my soul and my spirit. God does things very purposeful, intentionally, and ultimately, right? We're getting fed, but God loves His youth so much that He's gonna use the most broken and the most healed, and the ones that are healing themselves every single day. Like you said, I wake up knowing that it's gonna fight in the morning and all the way till I go to sleep. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna win every fight.
No, never do.
But I know I gotta fight today.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not gonna just be tempted or give myself into temptation easily. I'm gonna fight. Whatever my temptation, whatever my struggle is, I'm gonna fight. And He brings that, and He keeps me grounded. We all keep ourselves grounded. Thank you, Will. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always see you guys posting 4:30 in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, these guys are on it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I love it. You guys motivate. Like honestly, you guys motivate. Every time I see that, like, okay, I gotta get to.
He's like this in the bed. Like, he's like, he's 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. I come out. He gets it. He's like, oh man, so with it. Come join the club, bro.
Yeah, I need to move closer.
Literally.
Yeah, man, but thank you for coming. As like I said, pleasure meeting you. Let's meet next one. Who we got?
Here, we got the next one.
Yeah,
We got him.
we got the best of the best. The king of all kings. His
King of King. He looks like baby Bad Bunny.
Scotty, I called him Maluma for a little bit. But
Oh, he did.
no, that's my brother right here.
Who do we got here?
I'm gonna let him. Jesus is he's a diamond, man. He's a diamond. He's just like us. He comes from the rust. I'm gonna just let him speak for himself who he is. But I wish I had his dedication and his courage at 20 years old, bro. I think I would have been such a successful person in my life. If I had some of his qualities, You know, I'm amazed how God it works in people's life, and but obviously we gotta want it for so I'll let it. This was his.
Yeah, man. My name's Jesus Moreno. Man, I don't even know where to start. I was also formerly incarcerated for 3 years, and by the grace of God, I met Oscar. It was like out of nowhere. Like my lawyer just told me, "Hey, you want to come to this program?" I'm thinking it's gonna be a regular program, and like God put these people in like that place like at that time because I was messing up so bad to like reflect and like start thinking like do you really want this? And now I'm living off like just motivation, bro. Like just looking at myself like how I really was. Like I was also a junkie too. I used to do a lot of Percocets and I had no no filter. I had like now like I'm really like trying to just change for like the youth. Like Oscar's a really big inspiration for me. Also, Brother Will, like they just inspire me every day. Like I see like yesterday I seen Oscar he got like nominated to this award and he was getting recognition by the chief of police and the fire chief and a lot of very important people. I was like, damn, man, I want to be like that too now, And I used to like hate those type of people for no reason. Like all they're really trying to do is help, and I'm like, damn, like that just changed my perspective on everything. But yeah, man, thank you for everything, brother. Thank God too.
What is it that you're doing today? Like, I know he's a credible messenger. What is it that you are?
Well, me, I'm in the Dirtbags Academy right now.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm also doing some work for like the youth where it's called DYD, Department of Youth Development.
Okay.
And I'm just working for them right now, like facilitating groups. I'm a youth consultant.
nice.
And I'm just, I'm trying to show the youth that if I could change at an early age, so can they. Because I see like it's like that stubbornness when you're young that you can't let go. So you think you can't let go, but like you want to let go when something really bad happens, and that's like already too late, So it's like better to just like show them now, and like show them somebody else's life instead of them having to live through it.
Yeah, nice.
And now you're gonna inspire the next generation.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, like continue the great work that you're doing. You have our support as well. Whatever it is that you want to do, I wish I would have, had the right people in my age at an early age, but I didn't. But now I still, it's a constant work with me myself. Like you can never stop learning, right? You can never stop improving. And man, I love this, and I love what you're doing, Oscar. It's so inspirational, bro. And like, keep doing what you're doing because you're, like you say, you're gonna be inspiring the next generation.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Sure.
He's also a martial arts fighter too.
Okay.
I've been on it.
Yeah,
we getting blessed by our brother. Shout out to Fighting Chase. Chase, he's brought his profession and everything that he has learned to partner up with us, and he gives them private classes, bro.
Right.
Like this is unique.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you getting private classes for somebody who's been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to step out of their real and give you a private session and want you to
You gotta
grow.
pay for that.
Yeah, you got to pay, bro. And he's doing it all because he sees what we're doing and he's part of the team now. And he's a blessing, bro. So shout out to Chase. Hopefully you guys can have him here one day.
Yeah, that would be.
He does such great things in the community. Yeah, he's built the whole gym in one of the roughest areas of Long Beach, right there on PCH and Martin Luther King,
Nice.
right? Very high on crime.
Wow.
Man, I might have to go out there and visit you guys.
Yeah, come through. You guys want to get like knocked out or something like that, come through.
So are you gonna end up competing?
Oh yeah, so I was just talking to Will about that, and I'm actually getting conditioned right now because I want to compete in the future.
No, nigga, what exactly? MMA?
MMA.
Okay, sick, man.
Jimmy, any questions or
Yeah, I just wondered, to ask for the whole group, where's something that anyone can do to try to help out your foundation, and if there's ways we can search to, like, to put our part to help out the mission you guys have, because it's a beautiful mission you guys going on, and I always try to make sure that everyone gets a chance to help, so that you don't feel alone and the community is behind your back.
You guys, like, what can we do to help?
Oh man, I think you guys are doing it right now. Just spreading awareness. And obviously, any nonprofit that you see out there, we're fairly new, right? This is the second year that we started. All of us are formerly incarcerated. Ain't nobody teaches this. Ain't nobody trained us on how to do this. We're just relying on God's grace and experience, right? So we're on a build up. Whatever anybody wants to hear, you could go to our website, www.welcomehomeoasis.org, or you could follow us on Instagram, Welcome Home Oasis, at Welcome Home Oasis. You get to see the things that we're doing on a daily basis. Follow us, and if you want to assist, you could always donate. If you don't want to donate no funds, you could always donate your time. What I mean? We always appreciate anything that you could give, or just prayers. Just pray for us. Keep us in your prayers. What I mean? We respect prayers a lot. If anything, pray for us.
Are you guys on any social media platforms or anything so that we can put a shout out there?
Right. We're on Instagram and LinkedIn.
The link will be in the bio for any of their contacts, website, Instagrams for you viewers looking out there. Yeah, link in bio.
Please go and follow them and the amazing work that they do. Support. And with that being said, if no one else has to say anything, Oscar, thank you for coming, sharing your story. Jesus, Will, thank you for being in this space and sharing with us and our community. And that's our way out. Thank you.